Today, I'd like to introduce you to American artist Wayne Thiebaud. Wayne was born in 1920 in Mesa, Arizona, but moved to Sacramento, California when he was a child. Wayne is most famous for painting sweet treats like cakes, pies, ice cream cones, and so much more. Many people consider Wayne Thiebaud to be a pop artist, but that's not how he likes to think of himself. He actually refers to himself as an old-fashioned painter, a very humble man. He actually just celebrated his 100th birthday, and he still continues to paint twice a day. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make a cupcake inspired by Wayne Thiebaud. First, we're going to begin by making a curved shape that's going to turn into a shape called an ellipse. An ellipse is the top of a cylinder that we use a lot when making 3D forms. Now I'm going to make a curved line on top to create the shape of a dome for our cupcake icing. After that icing is completed, I'm going to very lightly sketch two light, straight, diagonal lines and curve the bottom to match that bottom shape of the ellipse. We are making a cylinder for the bottom of our cupcake, so we want our shape to look three-dimensional with those curved lines. Now I'm just going to reshape the icing and erase the top line of my ellipse because I no longer can see through the cupcake. If you want to add a little extra icing kind of pouring over the edge to make it super fluffy, I'm just adding some curved lines and then again erasing where things overlap. Artists overlap all the time, and that creates the illusion that some things are in front of or behind other objects. Now let's go ahead and add some texture to the base of our cupcake. Using straight diagonal lines that match the angle of one side of my cupcake, I'm gradually making my lines get straighter, more vertical as they go towards the middle, and then again start to bend them out so they match the angle on the right side of my cupcake. The line should be perfectly vertical in the middle and get a little bit more diagonal as they go out to the edges. Now I'm going to make something called a cast shadow. This is what really makes my cupcake look three-dimensional, having a shadow. We're going to imagine that my light source is shining from the top right corner of my picture, which would result in a cast shadow on the bottom left side. I'm going to go ahead and press nice and hard with my pencil to shade that shadow in. Now I'm going to add a shadow again, going from dark to light on that same side where my cast shadow was. I'm just using a combination of pressure, which means I'm pressing hard on the edges and getting lighter as I go in, as well as a technique called hatching or cross hatching, where my lines get very close together and then my lines start to get a little bit more spaced out as I go in. If you'd like to add a cherry or a sphere on the top of your cupcake, you can do that. I'm again adding a shine where the light source would be hitting, and then shading nice and dark on the opposite side of my cupcake and adding a cast shadow as well. I hope you enjoyed drawing this cupcake today.